A bill titled to amend Title 38, United States Code, and the Servicemembers Civil Relief Act to provide for the eligibility of United States citizens who served in the Israeli Defense Forces for certain protections relating to such service was introduced by Pennsylvania Representative Guy Reeskentler on May 17, 2024. This bill has the intended purpose to treat any United States citizen that serves in the Israeli Defense Force in the same way we treat any citizen that served in the United States Armed Forces. The USERA is the Uniformed Services Employment and Reemployment Rights Act of 1994 and has the general purpose of to protect the civilian employment of active and reserve military personnel in the United States called to active duty. For instance, if you join the reserves for any branch of the United States military, you will provide a minimum of 1 weekend a month and 2 full weeks a year of service, called drill. In between those times of duty, you can have a regular civilian career at almost any company, certain occupations like marijuana sale being against the military law. If you are called upon to deploy overseas, this act will ensure that your job at the civilian company will be available for you upon your return. The SCRA is the Servicemembers Civil Relief Act and its intended purpose is to provide certain protections in lending for service members who are called to active duty. This is done by making any debts and legal actions against a service member unactionable during their time serving on active duty. It does not make them immune to following the law, just from facing the courts and banks directly so they can focus on mission accomplishment without home distress being a major factor. Regarding the USERA, Section 4336 is added to the end of Chapter 43 of United States Code Title 38 to require the Secretary of Defense to take any necessary measures to ensure those Israeli Defense Force service members receive all of the same benefits from the USERA as the current armed forces members. Regarding the SCRA, this bill adds the applicability of Israeli Defense Force service members that are United States citizens to be included in these same rights and protections as current armed forces members during their time in service. Primary impact: as impartial as I try to remain while making these videos, this one is quite difficult. As I have divulged before, I am currently serving in the United States military and have been for 10 years now. I also do my best to avoid moral decision-making on the part of the United States citizens during these videos, as each person's internal compass should be the guiding principle behind the votes they cast, not the ideals placed into them by other people. On that note, from a logical standpoint, what I see here is the financial and legal support for citizens of this country to now serve in a foreign country and their military to further the interests of that other state. I am not opposed to ensuring alliances that are mutually beneficial are strong and well managed, but this level of foreign interest is moving into the realm of full ideological and theological support that would prove a massive drain on the American population. As I have said too many times to count in nearly every video, government policies, government intervention in consumer spending and commercial interests, and government action in general cause inflation. That is not to say that inflation is bad or avoidable, nor that some of these policies or government actions are detrimental to the United States. For instance, the military is a very large, but very necessary expense on the United States. Making additional benefits that can cost millions of dollars to implement and then hundreds of millions of dollars to operate continuously should not be taken lightly nor implemented hastily. This is especially true if that motivation is the interest of another nation. Secondary impact: if this bill passes, there will be increased incentive to join the Israeli Defense Forces as a United States citizen, which will result in increased numbers of people fighting for Israel against Palestine and other foreign enemies of Israel. This could help the Israeli Defense Force in their fight and increase the lasting power of the Israeli military and government. I also post the in-depth explanations on YouTube and Spotify, for ease of access to all users. Just search Title Talk and follow or subscribe to keep up to date with new bills. Thank you.